Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This week, hang on, let me look at the window. Yeah, no tornado this week, so hopefully we won't have an interrupted stream. If anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, last week, in the middle of our break, I came on air to tell everyone that we were going off air, and then we lost power. A tornado came down very close to me and Alenia's house, or whatever. Grammar sucks. And so we lost power. That was the end of the stream. So hopefully that won't happen again. Another quick announcement before we get into what you guys are all here to see. This is going to be the last stream of mine on Mixer. It's not going anywhere. The platform is kind of sinking. Sorry if you're on Mixer. That's just truth. And it's just one less thing I have to worry about. And with all the technical issues I've been having this year, tornadoes and whatnot, one last thing to worry about is it's appealing. So this is going to be the last Mixer stream. If you are watching this on Mixer right now, or if you're watching the VOD of this on Mixer, go to Twitch. It's twitch.com/JakeandZol, right?
Yes, and we also will have video uploads on YouTube if you are a VOD person and
you don't want to be on Twitch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Twitch.tv.
Oh, Twitch.tv, duh.
Oh, Twitch.tv. Right,
Yeah.
so since that's out of the way, let's go ahead and let's talk about what we got to. Unfortunately, we didn't get to a great stopping point before the tornado. So let's go ahead and last week, the crew departed. They left the Narabi family, and they departed the planet Inzod, and they traveled to a space station called New Berks, which is this mostly lawless cesspool, a wretched hive of scum and villainy, if you will. And they went into a bar called A Tall Glass of Water, run by a Thuj woman. Oh, and I checked. Thuj do not have hooves. A Thuj woman by the name of Krunga. And they are trying to decide where to go next. They were thinking about heading to the planet Tectus, because it is an area that will be a focal point of the Wild Cluster should one or both of the two large superpowers, the Saldrosi Empire and the Sphere Mandate, if they decide to come into the Wild Cluster, they'll probably go through Tectus. And Hypoist wants to empower the common man at Tectus.
That's me.
In the meantime, Irene, and by extension the entire crew, has been offered a job working for the crime organization known as the Reaper Syndicate. A man named Ten Brigger, a human, is hoping to hire Irene because word around the cluster is that Irene is a tech genius. However, her background in weaponry is not public knowledge. Regardless, her expertise has gained some reputation, and the Reapers are hoping to employ that expertise to help them salvage a 50-year-old derelict of one of the early control carriers, which are these just gargantuan spacecrafts used by the Sphere Mandate. They're basically a fleet in one. They house capital ships inside of their hull, as well as hundreds, if not thousands, of drone starfighters. So they're very formidable. I mean, they're like I said, they're a one ship armada, and even though it's 50 years old, there's a lot of tech, a lot of weaponry that could be salvaged. However, this thing has been circling a black hole, presumably for the last 50 years. And as such, a lot of it is probably blown off in the gravitational pull, and it's been in a state of it's been completely inert for approximately 50 years. So it's unsure how much they could salvage from it. And the party was discussing whether they should head to Tectus, do something else entirely, or take the Reapers up on their offer. And I just rewatched the last session, so I knew where we were at. And the last thing you guys talked about the Reapers was, we're not going to say no, but we don't want to commit. But I still think the jury's out on whether you've completely closed the book on that offer. And we were in the bar when we lost power. So that is where we'll come back in. If this were the Lost Horizon television show, this wouldn't be a new episode, but this is our life. Any questions before you guys take it away? Let me get some olive oil.
Not so far from me.
Olive oil.
Delicious.
No, I mean, I think that pretty much covers it. I think the ship was named the Precept, if I remember correctly.
Yes, the
it was an
abbreviation.
Exalvi command carrier or control carrier,
The
something
SMS
like that.
Precept. Yeah, a control carrier is what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah, control carrier. No, I think because we had discussed a little bit over the intervening week, and directly after stream went down. I think we're all on the same page of we're not gonna say no to the Reapers, but because they don't know 100% for a fact that my character is Irene and not some other Exalvi, we're not gonna say yes. We're just gonna say, hey, if we see her, we'll tell her. And then if we do decide to take it later on and they're like, oh yeah, if you see her, you tell her, huh? I'll be like, yeah, well, we had to be careful. You guys are big, badass crime lords. Can you blame us?
Okay.
As for what we were planning on doing, whether that's going to Tectus or somewhere else, I think the initial plan coming here to New Berks was just to lie low for a couple of days, resupply, and then head out to Tectus. So I don't think that's changed at all either, unless I'm gravely mistaken. I'll take the silence as not gravely mistaken. Yeah, so I mean, we're planning on lying low for a few days, resupplying, maybe picking up a little bit of odd jobs here and there to each of our capabilities. New guy, you had thought about maybe picking up some, like, what's the term? Freelance surgery as necessary.
More or less, yes.
Yeah, Irene was planning on picking up some freelance work, but now with Reaper Syndicate kind of breathing down her neck, she's gonna basically hide away on the ship and work on things there for the few days that we're here. I don't know necessarily what Elise or Hypoist had planned. Hypoist could probably be very happy taking the time going around and spreading the good word of the proletariat.
Where's that damn stand that our son keeps wandering around with?
Well, this is the stand for my microphone. Can you guys hear me out of it clearly?
You're a little quieter, but yes, we can hear
A little
you.
quiet, but we can hear you.
I'm trying to find a way to get it closer to my mouth. Maybe find something to prop it up on.
It's honestly not bad. I mean, you're quieter than everyone else, but it's
How be that?
better.
I propped it up on a jar of candy.
Hey.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Whatever works. So there you have it.
Okay, so Irene, after finishing up at the bar, is gonna hide on the Involuker, avoiding the gaze of the Reapers.
Mm-hmm.
What's everyone else gonna do? And how long are you guys gonna stay?
Alicia really had no plans. She's still trying to figure out what the hell's going on with her brother, so maybe try and see if anyone spotted another, I actually forgot what species I am.
Dorak.
Another Dorak that looks similar to me.
You're gonna get a lot of all Doric look the same comments and
That's racist.
speciesist, actually.
Razeek is gonna look for medical work where his hands could be used. He's gonna try. I know it's gonna be hard on this station while we stay on it to try and to avoid the more seedy clinics. But he's looking for a no questions asked in the sense of like, people who might not have the
CD clinic.
funds. Sorry?
So a CD clinic.
Yes and no. I'm sure that on this station there are some okay-ish clinics that might turn a blind eye to whether the person has the money to pay or not. He's not so inclined into like whether they're from a triad or a gang or whatever. Like he's not questioning where they come from. He's gonna heal anyone because do no harm, save as many lives as you can, But he's gonna look for.
Give me an empathy check.
Where's my sheet? I have too many things open. Empathy. Do I have any bonuses? No, but I need an 11. And I got a 5 because the game's stupid.
Okay. You hear of 3 clinics. Each one with a fairly generic, more of a nickname than a registered business.
Yeah.
You don't get a whole lot of information, but you're aware of 3 of them. And just so I can give you some options. One is called Free Clinic. One is called Burke's Clinic. And the other one is called. It doesn't. Everyone just refers to it as Clinic in the Downs.
Razeek has a little bit of a mindset of cleanliness, so he would probably visit them like a very brief look and see which one looks a little bit more upstanding in terms of cleanliness.
Okay. Give me an awareness check. And just one to cover it all.
Hey, look, another thing I'm good at, I probably will fail. I needed a 10, no bonuses.
So it's a death saving throw. You did it.
Yay!
Okay, so the Burke's Clinic seems the most funded and therefore the cleanliest. However, it also has a substantial presence of armed guards. And it doesn't look free. In contrast, the Free Clinic does, as the name implies, is free, but it doesn't seem to be designed for surgeries. It's more like a modern day GP. And so it looks clean enough. And then the clinic in the Downs has is probably the least clean. But it has a single doctor, and you can tell that they, he or she is definitely overburdened with work, but it is the busiest of the 3.
Damn it, you got hit by my heartstrings.
I got hit by your heartstrings?
No, you got me by my heartstrings. Razeek is gonna go to that clinic that seems to be struggling the most.
Clinic in the Downs?
Yes, and he's gonna do as per the crew mandate. He's gonna do his best to try and bring it to a better standard in terms of both cleanliness and also helping around so that the other doctor doesn't struggle and as much and has some room to breathe if possible. If he gets paid out of that or bartered for something, he's gonna be happy for that, but he's not looking for payment outright.
Okay.
So he's gonna essentially volunteer on a whatever you want to give me back in exchange for my services.
Well, the staff of the Clinic Downs is the nebulous doctor, who is you never see behind closed doors. A single adequately armed security guy. He's more of a bouncer than anything else. And
That's
then a single clerk who is doing their best to keep everybody calm and seen. When you offer your services, the clerk says that they'll let the doctor know, and they hand you a comm frequency, and they ask for yours in return, so that the doctor can call you as soon as they have a moment.
Perfect. I don't want to intrude on his work, so I won't start already diagnosing. Although in my mind I'm like, this is what this person has. I think this is what this person has. I think, and he's gonna walk out going like, no, I can't. No. Respect, politeness, not causing drama, walking away, waiting for the call.
Right, and what is okay, at least he's asking around about Dorax. Are you just asking about your brother in terms of species, or are you also cluing in on perhaps like Star Keepers? Are you keeping that on the DL?
I'm keeping that in the DL.
Okay.
Is that any louder?
About the same.
How about now?
About the same.
It's okay, you're keeping it on the DL. I love bad jokes.
Then you come to the right stream. Alright, what's Hypoist up to?
I'm kind of torn between two things. I think mainly Hypoist wants to lay low, get what we need, and get out. He doesn't have much hope for largely influencing the space station with just like the size of our mission right now. I don't feel like we're going to change a lot of minds unless we have like evidence to back it up, like some way to look back and be like, these are the things we can do. So I think mainly he's laying low and keeping an ear out for like people talking about the White Helm and or our involvement and or whether or not people are looking for us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I want to have the police scanner on.
Gotcha. So, Elise, give me a misdirection check, and Hypoist. I don't know. I want to check from you, but I don't know what to roll.
Oh, I failed by 1.
Okay.
It could be something like computers or security if I'm doing it by digital means, or I can do it by like talking around, going to bars and acting like a schmooze.
Yeah, so either computer or misdirection. Your choice.
You know, I'm better at computer misdirection.
That doesn't actually surprise me.
Yeah, I didn't build myself to be deceptive in any way.
I did, and I still failed.
Well, deception is its own skill. Misdirection and deception are different.
I know they're different skills, but I didn't really put into either of them because it didn't seem like his style.
Yeah.
So I'll roll computer. Ooh,
17.
buddy. That is an excellent.
Okay. You know that New Berks is a crossroads for many people, not limited to a host of bounty hunters that have your ship and crew. Now, you have the extreme fortunates of being on New Berks, which has absolutely no paper trail. So, without visual confirmation of their own 2 eyes or their own scanner, they have no idea that the Involuker or you guys are here, and and as we've said before, it's a big station.
Yeah.
But basically, every bounty board in this station has your face in particular, and perhaps even Irene's.
And it's so handsome and charming and handsome looking.
Yeah. But because you guys currently Irene might have a actually I don't think the Sphere mandate is putting up bounty hunters for Irene. They would be more interested in sending in their own teams. But Hypost, even though your parents want you back greatly, they're not offering a whole lot, and so people aren't snatching up your contract because they're looking for the bigger game. You know, when the Reapers put out a hit, that's when the bounty hunters swarm, because then it's real money. And what's really valuable in the Wild Cluster, clout. Whereas doing a job for the oligarchy half a sector away, it would be a long trip just to haul you in. Oh, and of course, Elise also has a bounty. But people don't, even the bounty hunters of the Wild Cluster aren't super keen on doing work for the Seldrosi Empire. So she has that going for her.
Also, I thought there wasn't a bounty directly on my name, just on Starkeepers in general. Is that how it is?
Yes, but also no. Okay, now you've raised your gain so much that you're getting feedback.
I didn't raise the gain. I just actually turned up the volume of the microphone so you guys could actually hear me, and then I didn't mute it.
Got it. Okay. No, there is a manifest of missing Starkeepers, and you're on it. So yes, they have your name, but it's not like your picture is there. It would be like
it's not a wanted poster.
Right. It's like here's a list of people the Seldrosi will pay for, and you're on the list.
Okay, I'm writing that down. Sorry.
I would go ahead and lower your volume back down to where it was, just because you're picking me up like crazy. So if you unmute while I'm talking, it's definitely noticeable. Sorry.
So there's no discernible documentation on Razeek either.
Not floating around New Berks.
Okay, cool. So I have no problem with Razeek going out and working with clinics. I think that's an excellent idea.
All right, and Irene, can you go ahead and give me an engineering check to work on your new kind of project? A certain sim droid?
Yes, sir, I can.
By the name of Slag?
All right, let's see. Engineering. I don't think any of my specializations work. Oh, wait. Am I working on getting him powered back up?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, so no specializations apply. I get a 1-step bonus for being an expert, and then a 3-step bonus for my repair kit.
Yep.
That's a 10 with a 4-step bonus total. That's a 10. That's still a normal success though.
Okay. So the power issues elude you much to your chagrin. But you know now that this sim droid is running on a power system old enough that you suspect it's Empyrean. And again, Empyrean means pre-regression. So
okay.
It's beyond your expertise because it would be higher. It's more advanced than any power system you've seen. So you don't know why it's on the fritz because you don't know anything about it, really.
So as an Exalvi, I can negate a step of penalty incurred by operating unfamiliar Empyrean technology.
Right.
I mean, granted, I'm completely unfamiliar with this, so
right. And you're not operating
it
because it is just a power
right.
source.
Right. But once I get some familiarity with it, I'm trained to mess around with Empyrean stuff.
Right.
So,
however, as just something to do while you're stuck on the ship, you are grafting that shield arm into his arm that shield, the generator that produces the energy shield that was on the
Oh, okay.
that he grabbed before getting powered down.
Right.
You've made progress, but you haven't finished the work yet.
Okay, fair enough. I'll just keep at it as long as we're here.
All right, Razeek.
Yes.
You get a call from the clerk. And the call is just simply, the doctor's made some time. Are you free in an hour?
Let me check on my schedule. And I literally, since I'm away, I don't check anything. I just make him wait a minute, and I go yes, I'm free.
All right, we'll be at the clinic in an hour, and the doctor can talk with you.
I make my way back toward the clinic. I was probably just visiting, trying not to get lost.
All right. So you come to the clinic. The clerk sees you and waves you through, and the door behind her opens up.
I'll go in.
Okay. So as you enter, the door closes behind you, and you're in an adequately clean area. It is partitioned between kind of like a diagnosis kind of section, like your general GP stuff, and then behind a curtain is a surgery room. And working at a computer terminal on the far side of the room from you, within the diagnosis area, is an alien you did not expect to see at all, but you do recognize because they are known in the Fire Expanse. But they have not. This particular being is not normally seen outside of the Saldrosi Empire, and it is a Halkerite. Halkerites are basically silicon based. I don't want to put a pin on that because I know some science people would be like, actually, but they have an outer shell of basically obsidian of a kind of a stone, kind of a glossy stone, and they like to eat molten metal. That's kind of like their meal of choice. And their home planet, Halkir, is within the Saldrosi Empire. It was one of the first planets conquered by the Saldrosi Empire, and so the Halkerites in the Fire Expanse are all subservient to the Empire.
Remind me, the Saldrosian is part of my background as one of the... I'm missing the word. The guy that came over and I failed my surgery on.
Yeah, he was a Saldran.
So there's a certain tension in Razeek's spine, he tenses up a little when he sees an Alkerite who's normally more aligned toward the Saldrosi's Empire, but he relaxes because it's not the Saldrosi's Empire. The odds of this person being specific to the Saldrosi's Empire are very low, and well, of course, hi there.
It turns to you, and it starts to speak. And when Halkerites talk, they sound fairly monotone, and there's this background white noise every time they speak, like the white noise coming off an old TV, just that kind of shh in the just kind of blanketing behind their voice. And this Halkerite has a high pitched, not like ear piercing, but a higher pitched voice, and it says, I recognize your apprehension. I get that a lot. My assistant says you can help me.
Yes, I have proposed my help. I am a trained medical personnel, and I like to look for more volunteer-based work on the various places that I visit and stay for a little bit, just because I feel like our training would go to waste if it was not provided to the people, and preferably to the people that need it the most, which sometimes cannot afford it.
I agree. I cannot pay you.
I do not expect payment. As I told your assistant, I'm a volunteer. Just in general, if there's anything that the clientele wants to provide as donations, I would welcome that, but I'm not looking for payment.
Very well. If you can handle some of the less severe cases, it will clear up time for me to work on people who need surgery or cybernetic assistance and the similar things.
As it is your clinic, I will gladly do so. However, I would like to let you know that I'm also trained in more dire situations and more critical
Triage.
care. So,
Unfortunately,
yeah, triage.
on this station, I'm unable to vet your credentials. I cannot take your resume at face value. Let's start with the small things, and you can work your way up as you prove yourself to me.
Very understandable.
My name is Iloa.
Let me note that down quickly. How would you write it down? Illoa? I almost had it.
And you are.
Very well. I'll have to note the clinic name again. Clinic and the down. Perfect. So I assume that your assistant deals with the triage as well?
No. She maintains the schedule. She and my security personnel ensure that I am not literally overrun.
Perfect. If you want me to help with the listing of clients that would require more urgency, let me know, but otherwise I'll follow whatever you need me to do.
Basically, if a patient comes in and isn't leaking vital fluids or unable to move portions of their body, you will handle them. And if they might match that criteria, I will see them in the surgery ward. Is this agreeable?
Your clinic, your rules? Yes, it is agreeable.
Excellent. And I didn't catch your name.
My name is Razeek.
Very well, Mr. Razeek. We shall begin.
And I get to work.
All right.
So proud of them.
Of course, my first job is whatever room I get assigned, I clean the fuck out
Well,
of
it's
it.
just, this is it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I'm pretty much done unless.
How many days are you guys going to stick around? I say as I stutter all over myself.
I was planning I don't know the format of a week.
Well, since humans
World,
dominate the galaxy, everything uses Earth. So 7 days is a week.
Yeah. So I was thinking roughly a week and then we bounce. I was initially thinking even less than that, but if Razeek were doing work with this particular clinic, I'd be willing to stick around a little longer. Especially since the trail isn't super hot on us right now.
Okay.
I mean, it's not just my decision. Y'all can.
No, I'm gonna add that
have nowhere
Razeek
to be,
agrees
it's
with
fine.
that decision. It's more of a 1 week and then reconvene type deal.
Yeah, it's not like I'm the leader or anything. We come together to talk about it.
Yes.
On the 4th day, Razeek is seeing a patient who's got a cough, and he's diagnosing him. Meanwhile, Eloa is currently unoccupied, cleaning her space after patching up a badly injured patient. And the intercom buzzes up, which usually is the assistant telling one or both of you that a new patient is up. But this time, there is a tremble in her voice as she says, Dr. Eloa, there's someone insistent to who wishes to speak with you. And in kind of like a almost, Razeek, in a kind of jerky bird-like move that you are comfortable seeing, given that you are also fairly, avian. Eloa comes over to the intercom and clicks it, and she says, "I only see patients, unless it's another doctor. This one has proven most helpful." Well, doctor, this one and his friends have a lot of guns. She goes, "Reapers again?" "No, Thuge. 4 of them." As soon as, because the intercom is just in the room, your patient who was putting on the works, you're not sure if he's like as bad as he seems. There's obviously something wrong with him. You can tell there's like a wheeze going on. But this guy has come to a free clinic and he's like, "Oh, doc, you suspect, because you've been doing this for roughly 3 days. You suspect this guy just is looking for medication, and it's not something you guys actually have a whole lot of. So you don't give it out unless someone really needs it."
Yeah.
But when he hears it's Thuge, he quits the act. He's like, "You guys got somewhere I can hide?"
I'm gonna ask him, like, are they after you?
I don't know. But if it's Thuge, it's probably the cartel.
I mean, it's not my clinic, and I turn over to Aloha.
Eloa just kind of robotically shakes her head no. She parts the curtain and she starts heading for the door when it opens. And 2 towering, armored Thuge step through the threshold. And one of them casually points a flechette gun at you and your patient. And the other one kind of squares up with Eloa. And she says, "If you have a patient, you can wait your turn like everyone else." And
Razeek will place himself between the patient and the gun.
when you do that, the Thuge, who was just kind of pointing his gun at you and looking at Eloa, when you step over, he's wearing a helmet, but he turns to look at you, and these 2 perfectly circular eyes through his helmet. It just kind of tilts his head in acknowledgement of you, as if to say, giving you a modicum of respect for being having a brave attitude in the face of his gun. But the other Thuge presses a button, and his helmet kind of pulls off, and he looks like he had thick horns, but they've both been filed down to just a few millimeters off of his skin. And he goes, "Doc, there's not a whole lot of clinics on this station, and our competition has their own. I've come with the authority of my boss to make you an offer. If your boss is injured or needs medical attention, he can take a number." "No. I'm saying the cartel needs a doctor full-time. And you've got a rep for being the best on the station that isn't employed by the Reapers. I can provide anything you want, really. Larger facilities, security, more assistance. I don't work for criminals." And the 2 thieves just look at each other. And he says, "My Brajrak isn't really asking. Either you work for the cartel, or you don't work at all." She just stoically stares at him and says, "This clinic is free for all. If any of your cartel compatriots seek medical attention, they can take a number like everyone else." The steward shakes his head and goes, "We'll be back midday tomorrow. Come on." And the two Thuj turn around and exit.
Razeek is gonna turn to Eloa. Starts like just like is stoic, standing up. Like now he's just like kind of okay. Eloa,
Yes.
first time or is that a recurring occurrence?
We have had incidents with the Reaper Syndicate. But I've resolved them. The Thuj cartel is a recent arrival in the Fire Expanse, and they've been making inroads. It was only a matter of time before they tried to make a play. Unfortunately, Thuj cartel enforcers are far and above the typical Reaper thug. And they will likely arrive with battle bots. I suggest you don't come in tomorrow. And she turns around and goes back to cleaning.
Hold on. What's your plan on dealing with them?
Well, in situations like these, I usually shoot them. Until they stop coming.
Hell yes.
Call us in. Let's make a scene.
That sounds very reasonable. However, I'm afraid that you might be outnumbered here.
I always am.
What about your staff?
Well, I have a security guy for a reason.
Would you think that a demonstration of force might help you in convincing them to maybe leave this clinic alone?
Okay, Elenia, to your question. You don't have a whole lot of money.
I was thinking about getting a vibro blade, so I'm less conspicuous, but that's okay.
Yeah, you don't have. You guys
the
don't.
problem, I think, is the markup here.
Yeah, you might be able to find one. We'll get to that after this scene. I intentionally do not militarize my clinic because I want it to be open to all, even those who would fear armed men.
Oh, I know, but I didn't come here alone. And my crew each have a specialized set of skills which, even without military background, has so far been able to take on any challenges. And I believe that with their help against the Tush cartel, it wouldn't give the vibe that your clinic has been militarized or been armed of any sort, but would make it understood that the general population of the station is with you and willing to keep this clinic free.
Very well. I cannot pay your friends.
Just like me, I believe they'll do it with the good of their heart.
If you can arrange it.
I mean,
I will definitely talk to them. And whether or not they come, I believe I'll be here tomorrow.
That is your decision, but I cannot guarantee your safety.
It is fine, I cannot guarantee yours either.
If you seek to help me engage them, I will be researching the anatomy of the Thuj, specifically where their arteries run.
A very sound decision, and I would love to share with the knowledge as well.
Personally, I prefer to use lasers to cauterize the wounds so they don't bleed out, but a interruption of blood flow will make them end their pursuits.
My crew has a tendency to have some very dissuasive arguments, sometimes leading to a certain termination, but we can try to avoid as much lethality as possible.
Very well. Why don't you finish with that patient and go speak with your crew?
Very well. So I would finish with the patient, and after I'm done with the patient, each of you guys comms would turn up with Razeek's voice in your ear, or wherever your comm is, and say, "Hey gang, we have a slight problem over here." As expected with a free clinic, as you guys know that I work at the clinic in the Downs, there are some incidents regarding trying to acquire the property for one group or another, and this time the Touche cartel has come over with some strong arms trying to get Eloa part of their crew, and as per usual procedures, she refused, and I believe she might need a little bit of help. I was wondering if you guys would like to come down tomorrow, maybe play the act of patience in the room, and when the strong arms come, we can show them that they're not welcome at the clinic.
What time do you want us there?
They said by noon, so maybe a little bit earlier than that.
Okay. Hey Irene, are you on call?
Yes.
Is the translocation induction device patent pending disassembled right now?
Yes.
Do you want to get some practice reassembling it? I'll time you.
Well, I mean, if you put it that way, then yeah.
I ping
Now-
the comm. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I ping the comm again when I hear that, and I say, just an FYI, we are aiming at avoiding casualties if possible. So for all intents and purposes, your tool works. We don't know where they go, but your tool works.
Right? So we wouldn't actually be injuring anyone with it?
Exactly. They just got moved somewhere safer.
Right? So I don't see the problem.
That's perfectly fine. That's exactly what I want.
I mean, cool.
Well, since our crew seems to be on board, I'm gonna go back to Eloa and say, my crew seems to be willing to help. I didn't have any trouble convincing them. They will be here tomorrow a little bit before the Touche come back, and they will play the part of being patients amongst your waiting room, just they won't be assigned numbers. And when the muscles comes over to try and convince you with a little bit more of a strong arm, if needs be, they will prop into action and convince them otherwise.
I do not like the idea of endangering others, but I will accept your help.
Thank you very much. And honestly, I don't think they would. If they knew what was going on, I don't think they would mind endangering themselves to save a free clinic. So I don't think that they would mind either. So
Very well.
And to be fair, we're completely more a danger to ourselves than any sort of danger they could put us in, so we should be fine.
All right. The next day, what do you guys bringing with you to the clinic?
Everything.
I only have side blades, so the side blades.
Would it be unusual to carry a rifle through?
Not Newburgh's. No, it would
Okay.
not be unusual.
Cool, but we should find a way to transport the TID PP in a low profile kind of way. Maybe kind of
Disassembled.
okay.
and-
And we'll just get there early.
Disassembled. We'll get there early enough. She'll keep most of the important components in her tool bag.
I was thinking a fake cargo cart with Irene huddled inside of it like a bad spy movie.
Bad
I take it
spy
back.
movie.
I like this idea better.
Yeah, I was gonna just bring fake cargo. Like blankets and supplies for the clinic.
Okay.
I like it.
And keep my rifle in there.
So the clinic,
Razeek is gonna. Oh, go ahead.
the clinic itself is a series of rooms that are attached to a narrow hallway. However, it's the first door on the left when you go into that hallway, and outside of that hallway door is a kind of an area that was probably built to be some kind of a like town square-esque. It's not that large, but it's for a space station this cramped, it's pretty open. And there are some rusty benches and some spots where perhaps there once were plants. And aside from the clinic, this whole area is kind of operating under pretty low power, so there's this red emergency lights kind of illuminating everything. The clinic itself, Iloa has her own power generator, and so it's brightly illuminated and all that.
Nice.
And the waiting area is not that big, so typically people waiting to be seen are line up in the hallway, and some wait in the, we'll call it a, I have no idea. We'll call it the lobby, even though it's not, but that's what we'll call it, just so.
The reception area?
Yeah, but it's not, but yes, we'll just call it the lobby, even though that's not what it is. That's what it's being used as.
Okay. Is there like a desk situation in the reception area? Quote unquote, the lobby?
Well, there is an actual reception area. There's two rooms to the clinic. There's the
okay.
reception and there's the actual medical wing. And yes, there is a desk in the reception area.
Cool. I'm gonna pretend to be a new receptionist. I'm just gonna hang out there.
Okay.
Are we bringing the crates in, or are they staying outside?
I think it was just like one. I was imagining like one push cart, like effectively like a manual pallet jack, and to just have like Irene hanging out.
Oh, with the not inside the crate.
I wanted to transport her there inside the crate. That way, if Thuj were watching the clinic, it just looked like we were like some good Samaritans bringing supplies, and have the rifle in there as well, so that they're not expecting backup.
I read in the box, but instead of a song, it's a disintegrator.
Yeah.
No.
It's not a disintegrator. It is a translocation induction device patent pending.
You disappeared.
Forever.
We can't prove that.
I just got a really dark idea. What if you finally get it to work where it puts people back together, but it puts back together everyone you ever disintegrated into one blob of flesh mass?
Like Akira.
No, that wouldn't work. They're literally become part of the atmosphere. It's not like you're carrying it around.
I was picturing the thing from Galaxy Quest that turned inside out.
Ah.
I don't think the pig lizard is Gordonak.
My brain went to the Zod war ghouls of the Zamichi from Vampire the Masquerade.
Gibbering mouther. All right. So where okay, we know where Hypoist is. I'm kind of vague on where Irene is, and I don't know where the other two of you are. Razeek, are you just doing your jab, or are you?
Yes. I would be in the clinic as usual, just so it doesn't look inconspicuous. And I would have put my rifle like behind the table where I work, like or under, like somewhere where the patient wouldn't know it's there, but I know where it is and I can pull it out if needs be.
I'm gonna pretend to be a patient of mine, and I think what I'm gonna do, since my bigger sideline is not as concealable, I'm gonna hold something over it, like almost like it's a wound, just to cover it up, like a piece of cloth over it.
Okay. And so you're going to be in the like inside the clinic itself, or are you going to be waiting in the larger lobby?
I'll be inside the larger lobby.
Okay. And Irene is inside the clinic?
And no, Irene's going to be an Irene in a box.
Okay.
So it's wherever the cart is, which I'm assuming is close to reception, but not at the reception.
Yeah, in the lobby area.
Yeah.
So Elise, you see fourth armored Thuge enter, and with them 4 various other humanoids. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but they seem to be kind of low-tier muscle. And one of the Thuge and his and the 3 minions, they stick around in the larger lobby, while the other 3 Thuge make their way into the clinic.
Well, I'm assuming everyone else can see them too, because they're huge, right?
Yes. And while Thuge are a common sight on New Berks, members of the cartel, they look like paramilitary guys, and so they have an aura, if you will.
People know to steer clear.
They're also armed, yeah, quite heavily.
I'm tempted to try something with my psychic abilities, but if I don't succeed, they're gonna know I'm trying something.
To be fair, though, if you're in a semi-crowded area, I'm not saying you should. I'm saying if you're in a semi-crowded area, they might not be able to immediately pinpoint who did it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if like does it tell them where I am, or does it just let them know that someone attempted something?
I need more information. What are you trying to do?
I was gonna try to suggest they leave on the leader.
That would
on
be
the
funny.
leader. Well, in order to,
Okay, it just says it knows some outside force to influences, so they wouldn't necessarily know it's me. That's what I was looking for.
they would know that someone tried to infiltrate their thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their internal monologue would get a guessed.
You're like, hey, that's not my thought. Screw it. I'll give it a shot.
It's Aakulu all over again.
I
That'd
mean,
be fun.
just so you don't feel bad in case you fail, Elenia, they are probably expecting a fight anyway. So even if they know that there might be something amiss here, like they already expected it, so it's fine.
Yeah. Do I have any minuses there, Jacob?
I'm reading suggestion now. I'm trying to see what it's opposed. Is it opposed or? Oh, it is a counter check of willpower. Yeah, so it's just whatever your check is.
So no minuses.
Yeah, no minuses, but they do get to make a willpower check in counter.
That is an average success.
Okay. They have a willpower of 15, so if they get a 15 or higher, you failed. Pretty good odds. Here we go. All right. And what suggestion can you plant with an average?
I could distract a target or cause it to perform a simple task it has no reason not to. Was he like? Did he have his guns out when he went in? Like ready to go, or did he just like have it at his side?
None of them are holding their guns when you saw them. But when they enter the clinic, the 2 Thugs that aren't the leader have their weapons drawn.
I want to convince him to leave his weapon at the receptionist desk.
He would have reason not to.
Dang it. I was hoping he wouldn't.
Yeah.
See, I can't get him to just leave with an average success.
Can we OC suggest, or is that
Yeah. I don't want to suggest anything because I'm the DM, but if you guys want to suggest anything to her.
What do you guys think?
OC suggestion? Have some of his men go outside, check outside, like, you know, so that they are
Oh, yeah, that's a good
staggered.
idea. I could have the other 2 with him go stand outside.
Have him tell them to go stand outside?
Yes.
Okay.
To make sure that they're
No one's
left
interrupting.
undisturbed.
Yes.
So the leader kind of straightens up for a moment, and then he turns to his entourage and says, "You 2 wait outside. I don't want to be any interruptions." And they look at each other and for a moment's hesitation, and they leave. So now there are 7 individuals in the larger lobby, and only the 1 guy in charge inside the reception area. So we're going to call it reception, clinic, or reception, treatment, and lobby. And then the hallway. Those are our 4 locations. So he approaches the desk, and he stares down, because this guy is towering this guy's probably 3 meters tall. He's almost scraping the ceiling. And he towers down and looks down at Hypois and says, You're not the same receptionist.
I'm on training.
Give me a deception check.
Guys, I'm not really good at this.
Use a hero point.
I'm not really good at this. Okay, so that's deception. I need a 14.
Oh, by the way, did we get a hero point start, or
No.
it's at the end? I think.
No. 13?
That's 1 short.
You can use a hero point to turn it into a success if you wish. Or you can just let it roll.
I have 2, but I'm gonna let it roll because games aren't fun if we don't fail.
All right. You see him casually reach up and press the side of his helmet, and then he says, "You've got mercs."
Actually, that's a lie.
And then he draws one of his 2 pistols with his other hand.
I lift my rifle from like underneath the desk and I say, "You see, we don't get paid, so we're not technically mercenaries. Think more like heroes, do-gooders, brown nosers, goody 2-shoes."
And then he comes down and draws a second pistol, and he levels them both. You know, he just kind of puts them gunslinger style beside him, but they're basically at chest level for you. And he says, "Idiots, more like it." And Lisa, you see all 7 of the other guys just get their guns out and lock and load.
I think it's more like worth the air we breathe.
Pop goes the weasel.
Okay, you just pop out. All right,
Start firing.
you get to fire the shot heard around the world, and then we're going to go into initiative.
All right.
Oh my god, would it be something if he just poof?
I don't know where he went. What modifiers do I have on this? I get my specialization, so there's a +1. I'm assuming I'm probably within close range, within 20 meters.
Yeah. No penalties, if that's what you're wondering.
Okay. And try. Yeah, so just a straight +1. That That's a 22.
22.
That's the highest tier of success.
Okay.
Yeehaw!
Roll damage.
They'll really hear this one, but not for long.
And you ignore armor all.
Yeah, essentially. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got AP3 and then tech superiority
Right. So
times 2.
yeah.
Ooh,
Is that 13?
that is 13,
Yes, that's a 13.
energy damage, AP3 irradiated.
Is that the exact damage you needed to make this champion character just be dead? Because you deal
Sounds like
2
it.
wound
I don't know. I'm
boxes?
not the DM.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. So
yeah, sure.
this
Yes, it
crate
was.
pops open. Out comes Irene, and then boom! And then the leader of the Thuj cartel minions here turns into his atoms, but no longer attached at the molecular level. So that doesn't actually
your gun
trigger
makes-
combat because no one else was in that room. But however, with the sound of your weapon discharging, those in the lobby immediately start trying to call, and 2 of the dudes start rushing over.
I heard the boom.
Yeah, everyone does.
Do we have an intercom that goes into the lobby as well?
No, not into the lobby.
Okay.
However, Iloa opens the secret compartment in her surgery area and pulls out what you recognize to be a high-powered laser pistol that has been customized.
There's a fleeting thought of Irene might like that. I don't say that; it's just a fleeting thought. But I grab my slug rifle and I get ready as well. Probably walking out of the treatment area to get into the reception
Elise,
area.
two dudes are headed inside. The rest of them are taking up defensive positions.
Okay, the last one. I'm assuming they're headed in one after the other.
It's a narrow corridor, and
I
they're
want to restrain the one in the back.
okay.
Let me see.
I love how you're just chilling at the back, fucking them up, and they're like, "What the shit is happening?"
Listen, if I pull up those sideways, I may as well kiss my own ass goodbye. Let's see.
Doesn't look like there's a. You're not rolling against anything. Yeah, if you succeed, they can attempt to resist out with athletics.
That is an excellent.
All right, an excellent on a restraint check means you immobilize him. Just.
Yeah, I stop him in his tracks.
All right, so 1 Thuj enters reception.
Pop.
Now we're gonna roll initiative because he's expecting trouble. Right. Granted, I don't have a battle map set up for this because this is all impromptu. So, I definitely need tokens. So I'm just gonna use the map we have here, and I'm just gonna put some tokens down so that we can keep track of all of that. And we have gangsters. And oh, you killed. Let's call them guards. Okay. They have 3 guards.
Jake
I'm gonna have
giggles
all the
at a little
gangsters
giggle.
go on the. That wasn't a giggle. That was a.
That
don't
was
know.
a giggle.
I think that was a yellow laugh of the DM bringing this upon himself to give such a weapon to Irene.
You know what? I'm just gonna make a blank scene. That would be probably easier.
Let's just proceed since you might not need to clean up.
Yeah. I'm just gonna cut. Cut doesn't work. Copy. Copy works. Hey, who isn't in oh, you all are in. Oh, I see what I okay. So this isn't emblematic of
Representative?
yeah. And there's like 4 gangsters. Okay. So we're going to initiate combat. Alright, everybody, roll initiative. I'm going to roll the gangsters as 1, but the guards will roll individually. Gangsters have a 14 plus. That's a success. And the guards have a 13 plus. That's a success. Who didn't roll? Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, I
Razeek.
still need to roll.
Oh no,
I
Razeek
need
did
to
roll.
roll as well.
Yeah, I need to roll, but I
So the 15 is where initiative's starting? Or did
Yeah.
Elise roll twice? No, the 17 was the restrain. Okay.
clicked roll. It has not shown up yet.
So
I have a average success for my initiative.
Okay.
okay. Did anyone get an excellent?
I did.
Irene did.
You got an excellent with a 15, Elise?
Yeah, on the dot.
Shit, dog. So Irene is first, followed by Elise. And then I got 2 17s, so it's going to go guard. Why did it do that? This thing is still a little buggy. Guard. Guard. For some reason when I'm rolling initiative it's passing, so it's all fucked up. Gangster. 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 Just roll initiative in the order that you do it. That's how you do it. And then Irene. No. Okay. Hypo's got a 5 and Razeek got a 15. Razeek, that's a success, right?
Yes, average.
Okay. I don't know why this is colossally, monumentally fucked up. This is basically worthless. Interesting. You guys are all tied at 13. All right. I believe Irene got initiative.
Yeah, Irene, Elise, guards.
Gangsters, Razeek, Hypoist.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Irene.
Okay, so you said just the one guard came in?
Yeah, just the one.
I mean, I'm gonna vape him.
That's why we're 18 plus on Mixer.
Well, and just for shits and giggles, because I assume I would have still been hanging out at the top of the crate waiting for someone to come through the door, I'm going to go ahead and aim and add +1 to this. So this is a 4 impulse action.
Okay.
And with the new holographic sights that Irene installed on the TID PP, aiming gives me a +2 step, not a +1. So
Remember when we were like, this isn't a weapon, please stop trying to use it as a weapon, Big Empire? That was nice.
Yeah. Well, it lasted for about 20 minutes.
So this is a 4 impulse action?
Is a 4 impulse action, is a 3-step bonus. That's a 27.
Okay. It's probably a dead
So,
guard.
Yeah. Let's here's our Oh,
Seven.
only 7 energy damage.
And that's a stellar?
That's stellar, yeah.
Okay, that's a dead
So
guard.
marks 2 boxes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And I mean, done.
Okay, Elise, you're next.
Okay, as far as I can tell, I don't have to do anything to keep restraining him, right? I just do.
Damn fine question. Damn fine. Restrain. You are distracted while using psychokinesis to restrain a creature. So yes, you are distracted. You have that condition, which means that actually should have affected your initiative roll. Being distracted. Oh no, actually, distracted just means attacks against you get +1, so it doesn't affect your rolls.
Luckily, you're the only two out here, so I'll just keep holding him.
Okay. Since you're a psionic, you're probably just doing minimal movement, as to not make yourself obvious.
Essentially, I'm just staring him down.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose you failed, right?
Yeah. I had a +1 step in everything.
Okay, now it's not letting me modify y'all on the initiative tracker. Let me try again. There it goes. Alright. Next is the guards. The 2 guards. They're going to move into the reception. So both guards are going to move into the reception. 2 impulse action each. So that puts them at 3. Alright, and then it's the gangsters' turn. They are each they're gonna make awareness checks to see if they can detect who is the psychic in the room. As gangsters, they have an awareness of 18 plus. So that's 4 rolls. None of them have seen you, and that's a 3 impulse action each. Oh, cancel. I'm actually on gangsters here, so I can just pass. 3. Pass. 3. Once we get through turn 1, it works as intended. Actually, yeah, okay. We are now in actual turn initiative. The initiative is working now, and it is Razeek. You're up.
Just inviting a single guy who can't find the psychic. I assume everyone else in the clinic is ducking for cover except me and where's the psychic?
Yeah, I probably should give him a +1 step.
Thank you. Yeah.
Don't help him.
So Razeek was heading out toward the reception with his gun, but I don't think there's anybody else in the reception.
There's the 2 guards.
Oh, they moved in? I'm gonna shoot one of them then.
Okay. It would probably be less than 2 meters from you to go through the threshold, and so you can do that in the same action.
Perfect. They're short range, I'm assuming. I don't get any bonuses for that, so it's just gonna be a flat D20. I need to get a 13 minimum.
That's a
Come
12.
on, that's teasing. That's teasing.
And you have a firearm, right?
Slug tungsten rifle, yeah.
Okay, so now everyone in both rooms drops to the ground, and now it's obvious that Elise is the psychic, because she's just standing there with her hand slightly raised, locking eyes with the guy who did not actually move, because he was restrained. So in fact, he would have tried to make an athletics check, and I think that's a fail. Probably a fail. Yeah, they have a 14 plus athletics. But I don't want to fuck with the initiative, so actually, I think I could modify him to be 2.2. Yeah. All right, we did it. Okay. So this guard is the one, or that guard rather, is the one inside the. Yeah. Razeek, that was a 3 impulse action.
Yes.
Hypoas, you're up.
So, I'm not super clear on who's in the reception area with us and who's not.
One guard.
This one guard, and then Elise is outside
Yes.
with this guard.
And all the other and the gangsters, yeah.
Okay,
So let's kind of have some more succinct.
separated. Yeah.
And then it doesn't really matter where he is. He's dead.
So, not to be a character in an old mafia movie, but get 'em, boys! And I'm gonna use combat leader to roll influence. I have a +1, +1, +1, so that's the +3 influence check. That is an excellent, which I don't know that necessarily that counts for anything more. So on a success, +1 for allies to make their next attack in the scene against that particular individual.
This particular schmuck.
Yeah. Get 'em, boys.
Okay. And that's a 3 impulse. Elise, you're up.
Okay. Let me see. I'm just out in the hall, right?
You're out in this large room, yeah. That has like metal benches.
Can the benches be moved?
They're probably bolted down.
Can anything in this room be moved?
Probably.
Because I'm just gonna use missile.
Okay. Against one of the gangsters?
Yeah. I guess it is. Is it less than 10 kilos? I have to actually ask.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So, where's my missile attack? Do you want me to have any minuses?
No. Missile is just the name of the power. She's basically telekinetically taking an object and throwing it as a missile. I'm telling the audience.
Oh. Right.
She's turning an object into a missile.
Pretty much, yes. Although I can, in theory, just use it to throw grenades at people.
Or,
Okay.
Rockets.
Or rockets. I did. No, I used my other one to stop the rocket. Okay, so since I'm gonna basically release this guy from my restraint when doing this, I don't have any minuses.
You don't have to. It doesn't say you can't use psychokinesis anymore. It just means as long as you're doing it, you're distracted, which means enemies get a +1 step to hit you.
Okay, cool. I guess
Unless you're reading something I missed.
No, I just assumed that because I'm distracted, I get a minus.
No, it just means enemies get a bonus.
Okay, so I guess I won't let him go.
There you go. Oh, actually, it's a seize a creature or small vehicle with telekinetic force until your next action. So you've actually released him that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
succeeded either
in
way.
order to retain it, you have to make another check. You succeeded. So you're no longer holding him, and you're throwing a missile at a gangster you hit.
One physical damage. So many damn tabs, I couldn't find it.
Well, you'll be happy to know these gangsters are unarmored and minions, so you killed them.
Nice.
I just imagine it was a folding chair that just whacked him
Yeah.
head and killed him.
Oh my god, a chair! Alright. You may not have killed him, you maybe just knocked him unconscious. Because, you did do 1 whole damage. Alright, the guard in the room with you, Elise, did not like the fact that you immobilized him, but you're no longer distracted. He is going to turn his flechette gun on you, and he's going to try to introduce you to it. He has a +1 step, and he needs a 15 or higher. Not the most skilled of dudes, so he missed. That's a 3 impulse action. The other guard sees all 3 of you and makes a judgment call and picks the one with the biggest gun. That's Irene. Yeah.
The slug thrower is bigger than the TID PP.
No, the tungsten rifle is very streamlined design. Yeah.
Backpack attachment.
Well, we used a reference image where it's like, it's overlong and it's like square, it's rectangular shaped. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. 15 on the hit. So that is a hit, and he is not. Actually. He's using a flechette gun.
Here's a brief question.
Okay.
Irene's in a box. Does that provide any cover, which would provide a step penalty to him? Granted, it's a flechette gun, so it might just rip through the crate.
It's Irene in a box?
I'm gonna go with no cover.
Fair.
Because it's not. It's like you said, it would just go right through it.
Yeah.
To a gun, to a modern weapon, it is effectively nothing.
Okay.
You know what? I'll let you get 1 physical resistance from it.
Fair enough.
So you add that to your armor.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you're getting hit by one of the scariest weapons in close combat. So this does 1d6 plus 4 physical.
Ugh.
Yeah. So add 4 to this. 7 physical damage.
And with the extra armor, that negates the plus, so that's 3 physical damage.
Okay. So that's a graze.
Graze, yep.
Alright, the remaining gangsters. Wish I could have 2 of these PDFs open. Do they have combined fire? They don't! Oh, but if you had still been distracted, they would have gotten an additional +1 step. So they're going to lay into you with their machine guns. Or their submachine guns, sorry. They have a 16 to hit with +1 step. So, here you go. Oh, first one. Is your physical armor 3 or less?
Yes.
Take a graze.
I love minion rules.
They're really quick and easy, yep. Take another graze. So they just kind of rattle shots off, and in the relatively low light and the confusion, they mostly paint the wall behind you. However, 2 of them manage to graze you. Some blood splatters on the wall behind you, and it's Razeek's turn.
Would you please give up? I believe my friend needs my help, and I'm going to shoot at him.
Hang on.
You get a +1 step from the combat leader.
Hang on. I have a Dorak thing that I might be able to use to get rid of one of those. Use a reaction to increase their resistance to the damage by their vitality score. Where's my vitality? So I can increase.
Apparently, I really wants to help her because that's an excellent.
So can I do that?
Sure.
Okay, Razeek, what are you rolling?
Basically, one of them, whichever one attacked me, one of the 2 was a gangster, right?
Yeah.
I have to attack him next turn.
Okay, but you don't take any damage?
Not from that one, no. So only
Okay.
take 1 graze.
Cool.
And I shot at the guard in the reception
And you got
with
an
a excellent success.
Yeah. Okay, so go
Because
ahead
you have
and
the +1.
roll excellent damage. 5
Oh, yeah.
physical. These guys are wearing armored vacuum suits, so you slightly hurt him.
Oh, I forget. I should have had a +1 step still because. Oh no, never mind. I just don't get reduction in long range, but it's fine. It doesn't apply here.
Irene, you're up.
Never mind. I'm good.
Babe, mute.
I mean, blast him, and I get an additional +1.
Yep.
Yeah, baby. Light him up.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah. So hold on. It's a +1 for spec,
Mm-hmm.
+2 for because I'm gonna aim. So that's
Why is it +2 when you aim? Oh, +2 total?
No. It's +2 when I aim because
Okay,
holographic
yeah,
sights.
Oh, you got the
sights.
holographic sight on it. Okay.
And then
Yep.
another +1 from me being awesome.
So a total of +4 step.
Yep.
Because when Irene takes an action, she doesn't fuck around.
Nope. That's a 10?
That is a 10.
Ouch.
and your Hershey's
Yep.
commercial.
Yep. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me.
You know
We
what's
can see the
crazy?
screen now.
Your D20 got a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
oof. So that
So hold on.
if that's a hit,
I-
your D10 came through.
Energy. No, that is a miss by 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's a 4 step because you aimed.
That's 4 steps. Yep.
High post, you're up. And since it's your
Discard.
turn,
Yeah.
no longer your combat thing. I took it away because that ends on your turn.
The combat leader actually just ends after they make an attack during that scene.
Okay, so it has ended because the two of them have
Yeah.
done it. Yeah, cool.
Because they both did. That guard in particular didn't hit Razeek or Irene, did he? I didn't think he did.
Yes,
At least
he hit
still
Irene.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I'm marking him.
Okay.
So I get a +1 to hit him because he hurt my friend. And nobody does that. And then I get a +1 to hit because it's an energy weapon, and then I'm going to aim for another +1, so that's +3
Okay.
energy weapon with my rifle.
Is your rifle a 4 impulse, or is it a 3 impulse?
It is a 4 impulse.
So this is
it's
a 5
5
impulse.
total.
Okay.
Energy weapon, I rolled a 18, so that's excellent. Excellent damage. Rifle, excellent. For 11 energy damage. And if he has vacuum armor, he only has 3 energy
Yeah,
armor.
so he takes 8, which is, I believe, a serious roll.
Yeah.
So he now has a -2 step on all actions. Elisa, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna fire the missile at the guard that attacked me.
But I'm lit tired.
He is le hit.
Okay. Well, because he
Dang it! I just want to see what I do. I still did 1.
Alright, so that's another unconscious gangster.
Can I keep using
Lisi's
this
out there just
challenge,
murdering
like,
fools.
forever?
Can you what?
The challenge that is
It's for 1 attack.
it's just for 1.
And
Okay.
I think you can use it once per combat. Okay. So the guard with Elise is going to aim and shoot. A 13, I believe, is a miss. So that's 4 impulse right there. And the other guard is going to... Actually, it's going to attack Hypoist with an aim and shoot. So that negates its -2, so it's just a straight D20. And that's a miss. The gangsters are going to take 1 impulse actions to get into cover. Razeek, you're up.
So we still have that guard, and he's super hurt, but he's not dead yet, or not unconscious at least.
Yeah, he's quite injured.
And I'm not 2 meters away from him.
No. I mean, this is a pretty small space. But you still need an actual move action to get into melee with him.
Would it be 2 shuffles of 2 meters to get to him? Or more than that?
Yeah, I would say he's roughly 4 meters away, yeah.
I'm going to do 1 shuffle of 2 meters.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot for now. And
Okay.
I'm going to say, please surrender.
Please stop making me shoot you.
So I don't get the +1 step from previously from my Hype West.
No.
So
Just
just a
normal.
flat one.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, that's another excellent. Thanks to my new training in firearm.
This poor schmuck.
Nice.
6 physical. Alright. One more shot that gets through his armor will finish him. You slam around right through the gap in armor underneath his shoulder, punches into his rather thick chest because he's a thooge. Blood kind of just kind of spurts out, and he falls back on one leg, almost collapses. He doesn't look great. And you didn't aim, right?
Nope.
And this is 3 impulse weapon?
Yes.
Okay. Elise, back to you.
Oh, we've been doing that wrong. Actually, it's speed 4.
Son of a bitch.
But just us in this room, did all the people leave or duck out?
They're either they ran away or their bellies to the ground. So if you got an AoE, probably don't do it.
No, I don't want to pull out the side blade if there's going to be witnesses.
Gotcha. I mean, you could just go no Russian.
Oh, we were worried about witnesses? Uh-oh.
I am. I don't care about you guys. I am worried about it.
If you're using
Well,
the
I mean-
side, yeah. I was kind of planning on making a scene with the Tid PP and then dipping out of here just to draw the trail.
I'm just trying to decide if my claws are a better option here. I don't think they are. They actually do. They do the exact same amount of damage. So I guess I'll hurl something at the guard now. Does he have armor or anything? Or any the cover?
No. Jesus.
That there is a stellar.
Damn. So you find the
Easy.
one sharp thing that isn't bolted down, lift it up and launch it like a spear. For 7 physical.
damage.
This is the first time he's been injured. That's 3 physical after his armor, which is a light wound.
And what does Stellar do again?
Oh, that's right. Stella does 2 wound boxes. So that's also a moderate wound. He's taking a -1 penalty now. Thank you. And that's a 3 impulse. Alright, the gangsters are going to aim and shoot. So they need a 16. There it is. Elise, take a graze. Irene, you're up.
I mean, I'm gonna blast the fool. I have to.
He ain't surrendering.
Actually, can I ready that action? Like basically give him the opportunity to surrender, and if he doesn't, then blast him? I mean, I'll do that. I mean, I'm gonna level at him and just tell him. So you should probably like give up now.
Okay, the one tangoing with the Lisi is going to aim, which is going to total to +1 step because he's injured. And shoot. And he hits. So Elise, this is 1d6 plus a lot. Does anyone remember what it was? Because
1d6 plus 4.
1d6 plus 4? Yep. So here we go. 8 physical damage to Elise.
Okay, so remind me how this works again.
You take 8 physical damage.
I've got all my grazes. I have 2 physical armor, so I take 6, and it just fills up the rest of the boxes as I go.
Yeah, 4 to 6 is a light wound. So you gain a light wound.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, you compare the effective damage to the severity. And if all your boxes of that are filled, then you go 1 up.
Okay, alright.
Okay, and that was a 4 impulse action for him. And high post drop.
Cool, I'm just gonna shoot and aim.
Okay. Irene's like, surrender! And high post is like, nah.
I mean, does he look like he's gonna surrender?
It's not his action yet. But he's looking about as beat up as he can be.
Okay. Then, how would it just be a normal move action to get outside to where Elise is?
Yes.
Then that is what I will do.
Great. The guard is going to surrender. I'm going to take him out of initiative. He does not want to play anymore. Razeek? It is
Had
not
you
your
adapted
turn.
my impulse
No,
with a +1 that I
I'm
forgot?
doing that now. Irene, it's your turn.
Doc, can you watch him?
Certainly.
Cool. And she will clamber out of her box and follow Hypoist.
Okay. So this should be Razeek's turn, but since he took more than one action with giving himself impulses, I don't mind making him wait. So he'll be bottom of this initiative. He'll be bottom.
No
of
problem.
3.
It's not like I'm in the room anyway.
Yeah, Elise, you're up.
I'm gonna keep hitting this guard because I'm mad at him.
Okay. I almost feel bad for him.
Oh, that's just a regular hit.
Aww.
Woohoo! 11 regular hit. Look at this accurate person over there.
And you
5 physical damage.
barely got through his armor. He is now as hurt as the other guard. The gangsters keep peppering Elise because they're scared of her. And they're going to keep aiming because they're scared of her. That's a hit. Take a graze. If you're out of grazes, then just take the next highest one. And take another graze.
Oof, they're starting to accumulate now.
Yeah, I've actually got a moderate wound now.
So you have a -1 step penalty on all actions. And now it's Razeek.
Razeek is gonna take a shuffle of 2 to be next to the guard. He's gonna, as he does that, he's gonna drop his gun where he was, so 1 square behind. He's gonna grab the gun of the guy and shove it behind.
He's probably dropped it.
He's gonna show him his... Yeah, he dropped it.
Yeah, so you just kick it behind you.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna show him my talents, it's not because I'm unarmed that you should do anything stupid right now. Now, let me look at your wounds.
If you hadn't said that, I was going to have him go, so were you a doctor? Well, he's holding his bleeding wound. All right, do you want to just get out of combat, Razeek?
Well, ish. For now, yes. But if one of my partners feel really hurt, I might rush out and go help them. But for now, yes.
All right. I'll keep you in combat because it's a pain in the ass to get you back in. All right.
Okay.
Hypois, you're up.
Cool.
Until further notice, just skip me.
I'm outside now.
Actually, point of order. because you guys came out, right? You guys are actually adjacent to this guard. Because he was trying to go through the door when at least you froze him in place, and he hasn't moved.
Yeah. So we're just like right there.
Yep.
Cool.
You know, could have just fucking drawn some goddamn boxes of where the rooms were.
It's okay. I'm just gonna say like, yeah, Irene, show him what you do, and that's gonna be another influence check as combat leader.
Combat leader. You should have a color. My post is green, right? So you're green leader.
Something weird is happening. 1 second.
Oh, okay.
My foundry just kind of got rid of the +3 step instead of having it on the bar.
Oh, it should still be in your macro directory.
Yes, now I have to go open the macro directory.
Wouldn't it have been something if you deleted it for everyone?
That would be so unhelpful.
This isn't a reference for any of y'all, except for my wife, but that would definitely be a Jared moment.
Okay, it's not allowing me to execute the macro. Please just execute the macro.
Well, how many steps?
+3.
Do you mind if I roll for you?
Go ahead. I have no idea what just happened.
You got an 8?
Influence?
Yeah.
That's a success, baby.
Jesus.
It's an average, just barely, but that's a success, baby.
All right. Irene. Okay, Bus, do your stuff.
Surprise, motherfucker. And she's gonna take the TID PP, grab it like this, and hit him in the face with it.
Okay. Give me a melee.
Yep.
But I think I'm gonna apply a penalty for improvised weapon. Let me double check if that's a thing that matters. It's not.
No,
Get him.
And I'm gonna aim at his nose.
Oh, hey. Since 2 or more attackers are adjacent to the same target, you get an extra +1 step.
Okay, so +1 for aim. I'm assuming I don't get the +2 for the holographic sights on this.
No.
+1 for that, +1 for Hypois just being handsome and persuasive and handsome and charming and handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then +1 for flanking, as it were.
Yep.
So, I mean, sure. That is a 17. And you said this was melee or hand-to-hand?
Melee.
Melee, that is an average success.
Okay. Damage-wise, though, you're not going to do your normal damage.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I think you're just going to do club, which is 1d4. You said you got average?
Yeah.
Well, since you're using this two-handed, it's 1d4 plus 1. However, since he's using vacuum armor, it is tough. So he has tech superiority against your club. Does tech superiority go in the way of armor, or is it just armor piercing?
There is something on that. Let me double check.
Yeah, so he has increased resistance by 3. So, spoiler alert, you don't do any damage.
I'm going to roll it anyway.
My guy. Wow, you rolled max. If you didn't have tech superiority, you would have knocked him unconscious just then. Okay.
See, I was trying to not vape anymore, motherfuckers.
All right, Razeek, you're still in a holding pattern?
Yep.
All right, guard's turn. I think he gets penalties. for using this gun. No, rifle or heavy. This is an assault weapon. All right, so he
What?
What?
I didn't know that assault weapons can be used in close quarters.
Yeah, is your thing an assault?
Oh, yes, it is.
It's definitely long enough to be a rifle, but semantics, right?
Yeah.
He's going to level that gun at Irene and bust a cap. He does have a -2 step penalty. He's going to aim just to get a flat d20 and fucking miss. Basically, he levels it at your gut, and when you swing, the butt of your TIDPP ricochets off of his chest piece and down and knocks his gun to the floor, and he fires some flechette pellets, or some flechette spray into the floor.
Oh, so see, like, I was gonna be nice and not shoot you.
Razeek still holding?
You're an asshole.
Yep.
Dick move? Alright, Elise, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna do a mind over body check to reduce my wound penalties for the scene.
Okay. That's just a core sonic power.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Failed by 1. Is that just a round, I guess?
You can attempt to reduce wound penalties for the duration of the scene if you wow, if you expend psionic effort, you can fucking heal.
Yeah, I can just heal if I want to.
Jesus Christ, that's amazing. That's a 3 impulse action, and then your turn's over. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you take your -1 past that penalty?
Nope, but I still failed, so it didn't matter either way.
The gangsters are again going to continue to try to shoot at Lisi. They don't want to shoot the last Thuge they can see, because if all goes according to plan, that would be a real bad look for them. So they're going to continue to aim and shoot at Elise. But this time, they're panicking because 2 more people have entered the combat that aren't their friends, and they decorate the wall with bullet holes. Razeek, still holding?
Yep.
Okay, high post. Coming to the end of round 2.
Gosh, it's been. Oh, has it been that long, huh?
That means it's been about 30 seconds, yeah.
So I'll just shout like, I'm trying to think of exactly how to word this, but I pretty much just want to be like, all right, Elise, you handled this guy. The guys inside are well under control. I think one's still alive, and influence roll for the +1 against that same guard.
The guard's already affected for Elise, right? Elise hasn't attacked me yet.
No, for Irene.
I thought it was for all your allies.
It's for all of my allies, but Irene hasn't attacked it. It has attacked him already.
Okay, so you're resetting it?
I'm resetting it.
Okay. I'm
so that
going to say it does not stack with itself. So Elise,
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Just so we can clarify that, yeah.
Plus, I wanted to communicate to the gangsters that this is the only big guy around them who's still standing.
Got it.
That's really the goal here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the bonus is reset. Hey, go ahead and give me a free coercion check.
Coercion? Okay. That's a 14 for me. Cool, my D20 just disappeared. 1 second. I know how to fix it now.
How are you doing this?
I don't know. I think it's reading it as a dragon, like a click and drag.
Is that
19
is that
for coercion. That's an excellent, baby. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh, Razeek still holding?
Yep.
All right, Irene.
I'm blasting fools now. So, +1 spec, +1 from Hypoest, +1 for being flanking,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna aim. So that's a total of +5.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, this is still a 3 impulse weapon? Because
Yes.
fucking hell.
Yep.
It's broken.
17. That's
Motherfucker rolled
that's
2d20.
only an excellent. Only an excellent. So
well,
we're gonna,
I feel like the
Spoiler alert, he's dead.
$14 energy damage.
That would have killed him if he wasn't injured. He has joined the other guard in being everywhere.
So
Yep.
first he gets the shit beat out of him with a chair, and then he just gets evaporated.
Yeah. Well, he also got hit by that sharp, pole you found. Kind of got abused. I know. Let's try to finish up combat. 2 gangsters left. Razeek still
Yeah, sorry.
holding?
Yep.
Okay. Elise.
Okay, I'm gonna use my psychokinesis to pull one of the gangster's weapons away from him. That is opposed to his athletics check.
Thank you. Look at you. Reading. Gangster.
I get a -1, right?
He has a 14 plus. Yes, you get a -1 because you were injured.
Okay, but I have a +1, so it zeroes out.
Cool.
Oh, I don't do it.
So it doesn't really matter what he rolls. You failed. Okay. Razeek still holding?
Mm-hmm.
The remaining gangsters are going to take a 2 impulse move action to get the fuck out of here. I assume you don't want to chase them, or do you? That's 2 no's. Hypoest, I don't think Hypoest is the run them down type, but then again, they're Robbie. Or Inzod, yeah.
Yeah, the Inzod, I was worried about it being reported back and the Narabi family being targeted by our enemies.
Right.
In this case, I kind of want it to be known that we're like moving around. So I kind of want people to escape to go be like, oh my God, they did this thing. It was crazy. That way it gets back to the Sphere Mandate and Saldrosi Empire, respectively, that we're not still on that other planet.
Got it. Okay. Well, you guys took the Thuj cartel that came to conduct business. You fucked them up. You killed exactly half of the people that arrived, or more. Yeah.
Well,
you killed over half.
officially, a few of them got translocated. They're
Right.
not dead. They're
Right.
just somewhere else.
right.
One of them has died. It's unfortunate.
And the 2 gangsters we ruled were actually unconscious because they got hit for exactly 1 damage from a flying chair. It's probably the same chair. Just kept
Yeah.
whipping it around. Okay, so 1 Thuj cartel member is captive. 2 gangsters fled. 2 gangsters are unconscious, and the other 3 Thujes have been displaced.
Yes.
And that's going to be where we're going to go to break.
Perfect.
So we've got another hour 45 of Die Roll Lost Horizon coming at you. We'll be back 15 after the hour for some more. Hope you guys have enjoyed it so far, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Hey everybody, the cameras are all mixed up because one of our players had an emergency and had to leave. And we don't have a contingency to play with only 3. So, unfortunately, 2 weeks in a row, we're going to have a half session here. Because, I'm going to go ahead and call it. And as you can see, the cameras are all effed up. Sorry about that. Real life happened. We will be back next week. Sorry for having 2 half sessions in a row. Sometimes shit happens. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We hope to see you next week. And we hope you have a great night.